Hi, this is Janice of Growing Light Wellness and Yoga, and I'm here with Peanut and Ivy to offer you a short, she's airing it out, relaxation flow. So this practice is going to be mostly seated and lying down, although we'll probably throw a down dog in there for good measure. So let's start in a seated position. You can choose a comfortable cross-legged seat, or you can extend the legs in front of you. Or maybe you have the knees bent and the feet planted on the floor. Or maybe you'll prefer to sit with one leg in and one leg out. Whatever your choice is fine. This is your practice. If you're in a comfortable cross-legged seat, you may be able to make it more comfortable by putting a block underneath your sit bones. Come here. So you can start like this to elevate the hips a little bit, provide some opening through the joints. Good. And let's just take a moment here to center and to breathe. Maybe you pet your dog. Maybe you bring one hand to the belly and one hand to the heart. Or maybe you just rest your palms on your knees. If it's comfortable for you, go ahead and close your eyes. Inhaling through the nose. Let yourself exhale through the mouth. Next cycle, bring those inhales both and exhales both through the nose. See if you can constrict the back of the throat just slightly so that the breath out makes a noise for you, like almost like the noise you would make if you're fogging up a mirror. This is called the ujjayi or ocean breath, and the sound of our breath can be very soothing to us and can be a place that we come back to in the middle of a tough practice or a tough day. If you have the eyes closed, when you're ready, you can allow them to blink open. If you're sitting on a block, you may want to remove it as we bring a little movement into our practice. So inhale the chest forward. Exhale, arching the back. Inhale, moving the chest forward. Exhale, arching the back. Just move through a few more of those with your own breath while I go find out what the dog is barking at. Just keep moving the chest forward on the inhale and arching the back on the exhale. Good. And we'll start to move the spine in all its different directions. That will also involve some rotation. So this time we'll inhale the chest forward and then start to move the body in a circle, the upper body, as we exhale. So we're still inhaling forward and exhaling as we move back. But we're bringing that circular motion into it, almost as if we're stirring something delicious, like some brownie batter, a big pot of yoga soup. On your next inhale, bring the chest forward and exhale to change directions. Good. Bringing that circular movement into the spine. Our spine moves in like 6 directions total, and most of us don't get all that mobility during the day unless we have a practice like this. So it's important, as you know, a body in motion stays in motion, so these practices are important for that. So let's find our way back to stillness. Inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale, reaching the arms out wide, turning to your right. Inhale, lengthening up to the crown of the head. Exhale, drop that right arm behind you. Left hand comes to the top of the right knee, and you find yourself in a twist. So inhale to lengthen through the crown of the head. Pull the shoulder blades towards the spine so that you're not hugging your shoulders up into your ears. And as you exhale, twist a little bit deeper. So with each inhale, we lengthen, maintain that integrity of our column. And as we exhale, we twist. Good. One more inhale here. And then exhale, bring all that length and openness back to the center. Let's inhale the arms up overhead. And exhale, bringing the arms nice and wide and then moving the chest towards the left. Good. Inhale here. Exhale, drop that left hand behind you. If it's way back here, you may find yourself leaning, so you may actually want to place it just behind that left hip. Right hand comes to the top of the left knee, lengthening through the heart and to the top of the head, your crown. And then as you exhale, twist a little bit deeper, maybe looking over that back shoulder if that's available to you. Remembering to move those shoulder blades towards the spine. Good. One more inhale here. Exhale, coming back to center with all that length and openness. Good. Let's inhale, interlace the fingers behind us, rolling the shoulders back, extending the arms behind you if that's comfortable for you. And then exhale, leading with the chest and the crown of the head, starting to fold forward. Now I'm going to rest my head on Peanut, but if she moves, I will likely bring my forehead to the mat. You could also use a block here to rest the forehead if you don't have a small dog conveniently located next to you. Let's inhale, leading with the chest and the crown of the head, come back to sit. Exhale, releasing the hands. Good. So we'll move on. We'll move into tabletop position. So maybe swinging the legs to the side, coming onto your hands and knees if this is comfortable. If not, you can just stay in a seat for now. And we'll move through a couple more of those cat-cow. So inhale, lifting the chest, lifting the tailbone. Exhale, arching the back. Just a couple of these here since we did them in the seat, just to see how they feel a little bit different. Good. And then bring your big toes together, knees wide, and we're going to come back to a child's pose. If it's uncomfortable for you to be on the knees here, you can take a block and kind of slide it underneath your sit bones, also known as your butt. And maybe take the other block, put it in front of you, so that as you reach your arms forward, you can bring your forehead to the block. You could also bring your forehead to the mat here, if that's comfortable for you. If you need to, you can put 2 blocks under your butt. This is your practice, so you do whatever feels good in your body. If you have those blocks, go ahead and take them out from underneath you and start to slide forward onto your belly. I'm going to slide Peanut out of the way. Okay. You're going to bring your hands underneath your shoulders and just keep them there, resting your forehead on the mat. As you inhale, pull the elbows and the shoulder blades towards each other and start to peel the forehead, chin, chest off the mat into your cobra pose. Head and neck are in neutral spine, which means you're looking at a point just in front of you. And you can even lift the hands here. Really the contraction and the lifting is coming from the back. Hi. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. This time when we inhale, go ahead and take a gentle twist to the left. So looking over that left shoulder, still keeping, not cranking the head back, still keeping it in line with the rest of the spine. Good. Coming back to center, lower. We'll lift, keeping those elbows and shoulders hugged in, and then a gentle twist to the right. Good. On your next inhale, slide forward a little bit. Tuck your toes, press all 10 toes into the mat, press into the hands, and start to lift your hips towards the sky. Engaging your core, pressing into the hands and into the feet for downward facing dog. Press into the thumb and index finger of each hand so you feel that lift in the palm. And then start to just kind of gently feel as though you're turning the rest of your fingers away from each other so that you're externally rotating your hands a little bit while you press into the mat. This will help keep your shoulder blades aligned. One more inhale here. Exhale, lower the knees. Come back into your child's pose. We'll roll back up to a seat. And then move all the way onto our backs. Lift the tailbone, lengthen it down towards your heels. Hug the knees in towards the chest and just give yourself a little rock here. Maybe side to side, maybe making some circles with the low back on the mat. Ivy's into this one. Knees can be close together or wide apart like the dog. And then inhale, hug the right knee in, send your left leg out nice and long. Make some circles with that right knee and hip in each direction. Inhale, bend the left knee, place the left foot on the mat. And then place the right ankle on top of the left knee and thigh for reclined pigeon pose. Now you can stay here, just gently pressing that right thigh away from you and feeling the pull in on the left. Or you can reach in between your legs and take hold around the back of the left thigh or the front of the left shin. Keeping the tailbone pressing into the mat, pulling that left leg towards you as you gently keep that right knee opening away. On your next inhale, spread the arms out wide and drop the legs to the left so that that right foot now rests on the mat. The left knee and leg rest on the mat. Good. Gaze can be up at the ceiling. It can be over the right arm to deepen the stretch slightly, or over the left for a more restorative version. Inhale back to center using your arms to assist you if you'd like. Give that one more little squeeze in, and then exhale, release the foot to the mat. Unravel yourself. Inhale, hug the left knee in, extend the right leg out long. Shoulders and head rest on the mat. Make some circles with that left knee and thigh. Good. Hug it in. Inhale, bend the right knee, place the right foot on the mat, left ankle on top of the right knee. Again, you can stay here. This is great. This is a great place to be. Or you can reach through the legs and take hold around the back of the right thigh or the front of the right leg. You can also use a block here under that foot to give you a little bit of elevation without the pressure of holding the leg up. And then still pressing that left knee away. Head, neck, and shoulders relaxed. Shoulders pressing into the mat. Tailbone pressing into the mat. Good. Inhale here. And then exhale. Release. Oh, sorry. Exhale. Inhale, arms come out. Exhale, legs drop to the right. So that left foot rests on the floor. In your twist. And you find the place for your head that's comfortable. Take a few breaths here. What are you barking at? She lost her ball over the coffee table. I think that's what she's barking at. One more inhale here and exhale. Inhale, bring those legs back to center. Hug them in, give yourself a little rock. Exhale, bring the feet back to the mat. We'll do a couple of bridge poses here. If you have a block or even a pillow or a rolled up blanket, you might find it beneficial here. We can do a restorative version. So you'll bring your heels a little bit closer to your butt. If you can touch the back of your heels with your fingers, great. If you can't, that's fine too. So even if you're out here, that's good. Feet and knees are about hip distance apart. You're going to press into the feet, press into the hands, and start to tilt the pelvis up, peeling the pelvis and maybe the low back off the mat. Good. Getting the benefit of a gentle inversion. Exhale, lower. This time we'll bring the arms in. So as you inhale, you're going to lift the pelvis, lift the low back, lift the arms, keeping the shoulder blades pulling in toward the spine, arms coming up overhead. Take a deep breath in here, and then exhale, lowering the arms, lowering down one vertebra at a time, resting back on the mat. Good, let's do that one more time. Inhale, lifting the hips, lifting the arms overhead, reaching the arms overhead, reaching the hips toward the sky. Exhale, lowering everything back to the mat. Good. And if you have a block here, we'll take the restorative version next. If you don't have a block, you can move through the standard brick, or you can just rest here. So inhale, pressing into the feet, lifting the hips. The block can either be on any setting that you like. For restorative, I usually either choose the lowest or the medium setting. Position, sorry, it's not electronic. And then just allowing your pelvis and your low back to find a resting place here on the block. Surrendering into the pose. On your next inhale, lift the hips, remove the block, and exhale, lower down one vertebra at a time, trying not to squish the dog. Extend the feet long, extend the arms overhead, and give yourself a nice full body stretch here. Hey. Now bring your feet to the left corner of your mat and start to shift your hips a little bit to the right. Bring your hands to the upper left corner of your mat. So you're in this banana pose. You can cross your right foot and ankle over your left foot to deepen the stretch, or you don't have to. Inhale here. And exhale. Try to relax the legs. If you're like me, I tend to tighten up a little bit through the thighs in this pose. So when I exhale, really focus on releasing any places that are tense, whether it's the shoulders, the legs, or even the jaw. Inhale here, and exhale, move everything back to the center. Let's inhale, start to move the feet to the right corner of the mat. The hips shift slightly to the left. You're keeping both hip bones, both sit bones on the mat. Shift your upper body to the upper right corner. And if you'd like, cross your left foot over the right. It's a deep side body stretch here, so feel free to come out of it a little bit if it's uncomfortable for you. Opening up that left lung. Creating some space in the body. One more inhale here. And exhale, release. Let's inhale, bring the knees back into the chest a little bit. Another rock and roll here on the exhale. Inhale, arms come out wide. Exhale, drop the knees to the right. They can rest on a block here. If it's difficult for you to get to the floor, that's perfect. You can take your right hand and rest it on top of the left knee if you'd like to. And your gaze, again, can be over either shoulder or just up to the sky. Take another breath here. Inhale back to center. Good. Arms come out wide. Exhale, the legs over to the left. You can bring your left hand to the top of the right knee to deepen the stretch a little bit if you'd like. And find a comfortable place for your gaze. bit of rocking here. Rolling out that low back. On your next inhale, hug everything up into a tight ball. So forehead comes towards the knees, flex the fingers, flex the toes, tighten the face. And then on the exhale, just release everything, the breath, the muscles. Release the feet and legs to the mat, the head, neck, and shoulders. Everything is just resting on the mat. And find yourself in a Shavasana. So legs come wide, feet splay out to the sides, arms are nice and wide. Take up as much room as you'd like to here. This is an important part of your practice, the time for integration, relaxation. Find your breath. Release any efforting. There's nothing to try to do here. You're doing right now. Just by being, just by relaxing, you're doing. Bring one hand to the belly and one hand to the heart. Feel your breath return to its normal rhythm. And feel free to stay here as long as you'd like. But if you're ready, you can gently turn over to one side. Pull the knees in into a fetal position, just for a moment here. And then using your arms, pushing yourself back up to a seat. Thank you for joining me today and my helpers. We hope you like this short stress management practice. I think it's great to sometimes have a little humor and a little companionship. So I hope you found it helpful as well. And if you like what you see, please like this video and subscribe to my channel. I promise they're not all crazy dog videos, but a lot of them are. And you can find me on Facebook at Growing Light Wellness and Yoga. Thank you. I hope you have a beautiful day.